Hi guys, this is Temi Quartz here. This is a quick video. I want to talk to you guys about something very important. A lot of you um, not African American. What am I talking about? A lot of you ethnic minority parents encouraging your children or encouraging your friends, because I'm saying this out of experience. I have a specific friend, not like a friend. This was someone that was like a sister to me. And one of the things that she was always saying to me was that, if you don't want to have problem in the workplace, go and work at night. Má ṣiṣẹ́ alẹ́, má ṣiṣẹ́ during the day. Torí iṣẹ́ during the day, ó máa ń fa wàhálà, ó máa ń fa ilé, ó máa ń fa ilé. Okay, I'm not saying pé iṣẹ́ during the day ò kì í fa oríṣiríṣi. All I'm trying to say here is, how do we embrace or how do we confront discrimination? Not embrace, sorry, confront. How do we confront discrimination if all we are doing is working at night where there's no wahala? We hide our face, do our shift, and go back home because we want to just make money. Is it all about making money? What about making the difference? When they're shouting Black Lives Matter, this one, that one, all of you will come out, you'll be talking, you'll be analyzing, you'll be evaluating. But when it comes to the practical way of making a difference, you can't. Stop encouraging your children. A lot of you are even doing it now. You are now telling young people, be careful who you people allow to educate your kids. A lot of you are even doing it to the extent now that you are even telling the youngsters to go and be working at night. So during the day they should be sleeping, Abi. They should be at home sleeping. And then they should not do anything during the day. Then at night they should not go and be working. So that when they go, they will do easy shift and go back home. They will clean or they will care. What kind of rubbish is that? How do we become professional? How are we encouraging the black and ethnic minority to have a breakthrough within the corporate society or within within the professional cackles? How are we encouraging that? Is it by telling other people to go and be working at night? What kind of advice is that? It's really irritating me. I have to come out. I just said, you know what, I have to speak about this thing because I have a very close friend who's a mental health nurse, and obviously that field of work, ideally, it's a career where I choose to work at night when I want to work at night. I have a night job, or I had a night job, so I can work at night when I want to work at night. There's nothing wrong in working. I'm not saying night work is bad. But don't use it as a way of motivating black and ethnic minority. Don't come and be telling black and ethnic minority that if you don't want stress, if you don't want racial discrimination, if you don't want pressure, then you work at night, do your shift, and you go back home. That's rubbish. How do you confront discrimination? How do you confront and bias, an unconscious bias? How do you deal with it in the workplace? How do you deal with work conflicts? You're complaining about blacks being treated as second-class citizens, and then you are encouraging our children to go and be working at night so that nobody will see them at all and see their personality. And no, you can't do that. You can't do. We need to encourage people to go out there to flourish. If it is night job that you think is your thing, that you think you're going to flourish in, you're going to do well in, fine, embrace it and do your night shift and enjoy yourself. Or you study during the day and work at night. If there is a specific reason why you have to work at night, do that. But not as a means of trying to avoid problems or in the workplace. We have to show our face. Because everywhere I've worked, I work in the prisons, I work in hospitals, I work within the NHS professional setting. I'm the only black woman there during the day. I'm the only black woman. Where are all the black and ethnic minorities that they're shouting about? Where are they? It's not appropriate at all. I don't know, maybe I'm making sense. Maybe I'm not, because sometimes I come out and do videos without actually putting together a script. Maybe I should do it in form of a presentation. Then I can analyze my reasons. I can analyze everything step by step and give reasons why. I think ideally, people should not come out and be advising a black and ethnic minority to stick to working at night alone. That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous advice. Anybody that give you that advice, don't take it from the pit of hell. Don't take that kind of advice from anybody. Whoever is giving that kind of advice does not know what they're talking about. Because all they're concerned about is just making money and not even making a difference. Then you come back home and you come and be talking and be shouting that you're being treated anyhow. How would they treat you anyhow? when you choose not to give yourself, you have an opportunity to voice your to voice your opinions. You have an opportunity to express yourself. You choose not to. You go and hide yourself because you want to just make quick money and go home. You can't do that. You know, it's like me now sending my children, to good schools and, investing in my kids every day, wanting them to go out there to be the best that they can and making a, life and a future for them. And then I know I'm addressing that. If you don't want Allah, go and work at night, oh. Don't go there during the day, oh. NHS, during the day, I'll let you so how do we encourage ethnic minority to attain to band 6s, band 7, band 8 positions? How do we encourage that? How do we motivate people to go for leadership roles and position? Is it by working at night? You can't make progress if that's your mentality. You will make money, but what's the point of money? And you will make money, but you can't make progress with that mentality. It's archaic. You can't, and please don't advise another person's child to go and be working at night, because that's the best time that they will not get any problem, they will not get any wahala. I'm beginning to see people in 4, 5 years, 6 years in the same job roles, night job. Even me that I'm talking, I have my own. Yes. I mean that I'm talking, I've got my own. I have a night job that I've done for 4 years, no progress. In fact, to go up the grade, for me to actually go up it was a grade 5 role. For me to go up the grade to grade 6, it took a lot of battle, a lot of fight. I had to, push a bit more, push hard to actually attain that grade 5, grade 6 position. In the end, I got it. In the end, I was able to say, listen, you've got to give me I've been in this role for quite a while now. You've got to give me this grade 6 as a casual. I wasn't giving that position on a permanent basis. I was only giving as a casual staff. So I can assess grade 6 as a casual, but for me to have my permanent role, I remain a bloody band 5, a bloody grade 5. Isn't that terrible? At the end of the day, they'll say that's what you signed on for. But how do you make a difference if you cannot progress? How do you make a difference? How do how do we embrace equality and diversity and inclusion? If you can't make progress, and how do you make progress as Black and ethnic minorities? Because we ourselves, we have our own problems. We are fighting for our rights. Black Lives Matter, this one, that one. But yeah, we have an opportunity to voice our opinions, have an opportunity to speak up, but we decide to hide ourselves under the umbrella of wanting to restrict ourselves to night work. That's why Oyibo that did Rota say you work during the day and you work at night. There's a mixture of both. They know what they are doing when they say that, because they don't want people to be restricted only to, except it's a specific role, maybe like a waking night support worker, where you're specifically there to be a waking night staff. And that's a choice. You can decide to say, you don't know what, I'm going to do that because I'm studying during the day. When I first came to this country, I knew a lot of people who were doing their PhD. And they were doing their PhD during, and that was the mentality. That was the, that was what was in vogue. You do your PhD or you do your master's because you have lectures during the day, and in between that lectures you've got reading time, so you can, you can swap it. You can go back to your hostel. You can sleep a little bit, relax a bit, and then at night you go and work. It's okay. You're doing that because you're trying to. So when you now finish masters, then you now finish PhD, then you now come and joke or see night work permanently. Shall you make sense, Sha? How do you use the education that you have learned? How do you utilize it? How are you supposed to utilize the education that you have learned or you've had?